What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I apologize for the long amount of time between videos. I was pretty busy last week. I didn't ever get the time to go up on the roof to film a intro shot, and it's just been kind of busy. But here we are today, and I finally have a video. So I bought something offline, which I'm going to show you right now. It is this. It's a jungle, one of those pre-constructed decks you used to be able to buy that has the deck with all the energies and it has the holographics in it. It's one of those, I don't know what you'd call them, deck boxes. This one is still sealed from the factory. It's got the Wizards logo. And I came across this by accident on eBay. I don't remember what I typed in, but I was just browsing through and I found one. It's got two different decks. I don't remember what they're called. I'll put them on screen once I figure it out. But it's got 4 of whatever the one is on this side for the jungle set. And then it's got 4 of whatever the other one is on this side. And this flap here folds up and down. And this would just sit on counters. And people would buy the deck boxes out of them. There's the bottom of it. Nothing really too great or crazy or worth seeing there. But the back of it says, you're on your way to becoming a master of the Pokemon trading card game. Now explore the jungle expansion and play with the Water Blast and Power Reserve pre-constructed theme decks. So that's what they're called. Water Blast and Power Reserve, and I guess they are pre-constructed theme decks. To learn killer new Pokemon strategies. While overpowering your opponents, you'll be perfecting your deck building skills like a true Pokemon master. The Water Blast deck is loaded with water Pokemon to hose your opponents until they're all washed up, or load your bench quickly with the Power Reserve deck, then evolve your Pokemon to bring on the power for victory. Each deck introduces a new... Each deck introduces a unique strategy and contains 60 cards, 1 Pokemon coin, 10 damage counters, and an advanced rule book. Plus, there's a special holographic card in each deck. Each player must have a 60-card deck of Pokemon cards to play. Recommended for players ages 10 and up. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9-year-olds. Collect both Pokemon-themed decks and improve your skills. Questions? Call them. Call that number. See what they say. But, yeah, so that's that. There's the side there. It's got a cool Rhyhorn on it. This side has a cool Eevee in the grass. Bert. But, yeah, so that's that. There's a Abra and a Poliwag. Poliwag. There's a Scyther, there's the jungle logo, and that's all the Pokemon on it. Let me get this camera set up and I'll tell the full story real quick. So what happened was, I found one of these that I liked, and I messaged the guy and asked him about it, and I said, is there any holes in the cellophane, blah, 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 blah. And he said no, and it was for sale for like $260. So I was going to buy that one, but then I scrolled down to the you might like this, or the viewers who view this also viewed, or whatever that link is called on eBay, and I saw this one, and it was an auction, and the starting bid was only $150. So I said, shoot, I'll bid on this one. So no one had bid on it at all yet, and it got down to the last day, and no one had still bid on it, so I was like, cool. So I put a bid in for $151, and it went all day without getting a bid. And then, like 15 minutes before the auction was up, someone outbid me. Well, I was going to pick up a piece of furniture, and I didn't have time to raise the bid. So the other person won the auction. So I sent the guy who had it a message, and I was like, hey, I had asked him some questions about it beforehand. The one in the picture over here, this was really raised up and the cellophane was really loose on it, and I messaged him, and so we had talked a little bit before, and he Oh God, this is rough. I need one of those to figure out how to do that thing where it has a faces you and faces stuff at the same time. So I asked him about that. And we talked and whatever. Then anyway, I messaged him and I was like, hey man, I missed the winning bid on the auction. Oh, and he told me he had two of them. Before this, what I'm about to tell you now, he told me he had one that had a tighter cellophane seal, and he told me he would send me that one if I won the auction. So I didn't end up winning the auction, and that's when we come to this. And I messaged him. I said, hey, I know you said you had two of them. I missed being able to get the winning bid on this thing. Would you just sell me it for the price of the winning bid, and I'll buy the other one? And he was like, yeah, that'd be no problem. So I was like, awesome. So he put it up on eBay, and I bought it for $152.50 plus like $13 in shipping, so $165 or whatever when it was all said and done. Which I think is a good price because there was two other ones on eBay at the time. One was 200 something, and the other one was 300 something, I believe. So I think $160 is a really good price on this thing. I'm never going to open it. It's just going to go in the sealed collection and on display. But one of the reasons I wanted this one that I thought was cool was, as you can see here, it says, this material is not for resale. Thank you. The guy said that, I don't know if he worked for a card store or what he worked for, but he said that, so let me gather my thoughts and put this camera back down again. He said that, sorry, I lost my train of thought. The sticker. He said that the distributor gave it to the store, and he gave them two. Both had that on it. I don't know if they were supposed to be for window displays or what, but the distributors asked them not to sell that. And I think it's cool that the person that the distributor gave it to, I guess who owned the card store, actually never did sell it. He just kept it around and never put it out for sale. So it's kind of a cool thing that this particular one right here was never meant to be sold, and that the guy followed through, and it's kind of cool that the distributor back then wanted him to do that. So there's not really any of these on YouTube. There's a couple videos. There's one by this Middle Eastern dude who had like a 1999 flip phone with the first video camera. It's horrible quality. And I think there's one other one, but the guy opens it or something. They're both really old, so one of these hasn't been on YouTube for a while. So I thought it'd be cool to buy and put it on YouTube for everybody to see. So I'll give one quick go over it again, and that'll be it. There you can see the top. This one has two very minor holes in the cellophane. Let me see if I can figure out how to show them. I don't know if it's going to focus. You can see the very small one right there. It's not that bad. And then there is another small hole. Okay, that's supposed to be there actually. Here's a tiny little hole up here. So it's been breached, but barely. But yeah, so there's the box. There's all the cool decks. I'll look up and see what holographic card is in this thing. I don't particularly know which one was in it, but that's the box. So that's it. I hope you think this thing's cool. I hope you all haven't seen this before. And honestly, before I saw this, before I bought it, I didn't even remember these things, and I didn't know they even existed. I don't think I ever bought one of these deck boxes back in the day. I remember seeing them, but never buying them. So that's it. Rock on. Pantera freaking rules. Talk to you all later. Peace.